Uganda Joint Christian Council is not happy with the ongoing trend of bad leadership that is characterized by corruption, land grabbing, and untamed environmental degradation. Through their joint communique, members of the UJCC hinted on the merits of transparency as a key tenet of good leadership that should be exercised by all, especially those in government.
According to the NRA/NRM 10-point program, corruption was one of the vices to be fought in Uganda. Unfortunately, corruption is persisting and widespread throughout the country.
Let us always show kindness to the suffering, the persecuted, the defenseless people, even when this is going to interfere with our own plans and desires, as it did with Simon of Cyrene.
The chairman, Uganda Episcopal Conference, Bishop Anthony Zwa, asked Christians to examine themselves and their lifestyles as they prepare to celebrate the resurrection of Christ come Sunday.
What is it that I need to lose in my life so that I can rise with him come this coming Easter Sunday? Is it a life of endless pleasure that I need to lose? Is it a life of corruption that I need to lose? Is it a practice of land grabbing that I need to stop? Is it a life that is prone to violence that I need to lose? Is it a life of drugs and too much alcohol that I need to lose? You can add more questions to those which I have posed.
Meanwhile, government has been lauded for the peace and tranquility across the country, citing the ongoing political and civil turmoil in the Gaza Strip, Ukraine, and the DRC, among others. The Archbishop, Church of Uganda, Dr. Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, asked Ugandans to thank God for this and not take it for granted.
There are many countries which are not going to celebrate Easter in peace. For example, Democratic Republic of Congo, Burkina Faso, Mali, the Gaza Strip, Ukraine, to mention but a few. We give special thanks to the President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and the armed forces who are working hard to maintain peace in this country.
Unique about this year's ecumenical prayers, however, was the fact that the men of God unanimously spared time to advocate for environmental conservation to shield Ugandans against the harsh effects of climate change.
We love ourselves so much that we are willing and ready to destroy the environment as long as we get what we want with the total disregard of future posterity.
It is the duty of each one of us to protect our environment. Stop littering.
The issue of land grabbing was highlighted as a factor responsible for widening the gap between the haves and the have-nots. Leaders want government to deliberately pay attention to the cries of many Ugandans who have been pushed to insolvency by the so-called powerful individuals grabbing their land.
The victims of land grabbing are the poor who cannot defend themselves through hiring lawyers or security to defend their land. May the rights of both the rich and the poor concerning land be protected equally.
Representing government at the event was the State Minister for Kampala, Kabuye Chofatogabye.
Love starts with us, from our homes, families, neighbors, then the entire community, and eventually the country. I therefore call upon all of you to love your families, just as your government has loved you and gave you capital through the parish development model.
The prayers of this year's ecumenical public way of the cross were held under the theme, "You shall love the Lord your God and your neighbor as yourself." Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.